going on, everybody? Zera back with another video, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this right here is a prime Gurkha, my friend. Some good stuff right here. So I want to mix it up. I want y'all to see what the real Zera is like. I'm chilling outside my apartment, bro. I'm on this patio. The wife just went into work, man. I just got off work, 12-hour shift. You know, I do that night shift stuff, man. That's some good stuff. That's good for the soul, bro. I don't even know if I need my glasses. Let's see. It's not bad. I'm not in direct sunlight, so that's alright. For those that don't know, I suffer from what's known as pterygium. It's also known as surfer's eye. Oh, and by the way, I don't even know if the audio is even going to be all that clear. I'm projecting my voice pretty well. I'm already a loud mofo as it is, so we'll see how this pans out. Now, I like this idea, but I'm doing this on my phone. You know, I don't really have an expensive setup just yet to set this up. I'll probably get me a tripod at one point, and you know, set up my webcam and stuff. But for right now, this is what we got, and we're gonna run with it. Hell, I'm not even sure how long this is gonna be. It's gonna take me probably close to 45 minutes to an hour to smoke this cigar. So we'll be out here for a hot minute, probably until my phone dies. My phone's likely gonna die because it's not plugged into a power source. I don't understand why, but it's thinking there ain't no damn outlet out here. I don't get it. So, some of you are probably wondering, Zera, what's up, man? I didn't know you smoked. Stuff's bad for your health. I ain't gonna argue with you there. But, I don't even know if there's any truth to this, but, let's get that wrapper off, by the way. Put my drink down. I don't inhale cigars. I don't. Never have, never will. I smoke them because they taste great. They really do. And they really take a lot of things off my mind. It's really just a time for me to kind of just reflect. I've never really had that thing where that one thing that I can do that really helps me kind of think, kind of clears my head a little bit. Cigars was just it. I picked it up when I was in the Navy. Of course, when you're on board ship for, you know, literally your whole life, well, not my whole life, but like during my time in the Navy, my whole life was the ship. I was, unlike a lot of sailors, forward deployed. I was on board a destroyer out in the South Pacific, and I was there for, God, I was knocking on 5 years by the time I left. I was I think I was literally the second most senior person there. And with a ship of 300 people, to make that kind of statement, to be the second longest serving individual on board that ship, I mean, I had literally been on that ship almost as long as it had been in the 7th Fleet, which is pretty damn impressive. But regardless, in my time over there, I met a couple of guys that relationships build when you're on board ship together. You sleep together in the same berthing, you shower together in the same showers, you eat the same food out of the same mess hall, and you serve in the same combat spaces, you work on the same equipment, you paint the same bulkheads, you work on the same damage control equipment, you take the same training courses, and you all die collectively by the same PowerPoint presentation. You really start to wonder, right, about life in general, and you never really know what's behind each door that you choose. Door number one is a choice of a lifer. You stay in for your 20, get that pension. It's a sweet pension. It's a sweet deal. Basically, have free health care and dental all the rest of your life up till you retire at 20 years. Problem is, and I saw this with lots of chiefs. There were a lot of them, not all of them, but there was a good chunk of them that, man, they were 40-year-old adolescents, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just never grew up. They never experienced life outside of the Navy. And for what it is, and it is what it is, but for what it is, doing your 20 is a respectable thing. It's an appreciative thing. But there were a lot of instances where I had seen and known and even, well, not seen, but I had heard mostly about chiefs or officers who did their 20 and got out and just literally died. They just croaked by their mid-40s because they couldn't handle life. They couldn't handle the amount of stress that was not in their lives. It ruined them. They couldn't deal with it, and they couldn't adapt, and it just causes a lot of psychological problems, and that can result in heart problems, blood pressure issues. And I'm experiencing it now. I mean, I'm in the corporate world, man. I'm not going to disclose where I work. I'm sure if you guys did enough research, you'd probably figure out where the hell that is. But where I work right now, man, it's not even a stressful environment. But I feel stressed out. I had to meet with my boss today, man, about another individual that comes into the office on occasion and causes problems for me. And he was like, just manage that individual. I'm like, I would love to, but I can't manage. My definition of management, right? And this is going to be true for anybody that's ever experienced the Navy. Or hell, any branch of the military for that matter. If somebody steps out of line and you're their superior, especially if they step out of line to this level, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to yank them up by the collar. You can say, no, negative, shipmate, hell no, come with me. You're going to take them into the shop, fan room, whatever, and you are literally going to beat the hell out of them. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Don't sit there and pretend it doesn't happen, because it does. It does. Hell yes it did. We had what was called fan room counseling sessions. And shoot, man, that stuff happened every day. Now, obviously, when I say physically, I'm talking like, grabbing your collar, pulling you in close, getting nose to nose, like, knife handing you to the chest or something like that. They would never, like, it's not like they were, like, literally beating you with their fists, right? That didn't happen. It might have happened in old school days, like back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, but that stuff didn't happen, in modern day. But you definitely felt it, though. Believe me. Believe you and me. A good leader doesn't have to lay a finger on you. Doesn't even have to raise his voice, really, to make you feel like absolute dirt. And I won't lie, my first couple years on board ship, I was a dirtbag, man. I was one of those guys that went out of high school, and I knew it, too. Like, I knew I was a dirtbag. I played World of Warcraft basically my entire teenage life, and I had no sense of responsibility whatsoever. I skated off in everything I did, all my classes. I barely graduated high school, man. Like, I remember I changed schools my senior year, which I regret wholeheartedly. Worst decision of my life, easily. But I transferred high schools my senior year. And I thought I was good. I thought it was going to be a breeze. Like, all my credits were going to transfer over, and I was golden. I come to find out 6 weeks before graduation, half of my credits weren't good. Didn't count in that school because it was a different county and a bunch of other nonsense. And the county that I grew up in, they factored in certain electives that this county didn't. I don't know. It was a bunch of BS I thought at the time. But I had to basically take like a year and a half's worth of coursework in 6 weeks in order to be able to graduate. Dude, you want to talk about a big kick to the you-know-what, man. Let me tell you. So, anyway, I'm trying to navigate this, right? And as I'm navigating, pardon me, I'm gonna crack open my beer here. It's not a beer. I don't drink alcohol, fellas. But I tell you what, if there was ever a non-technological company to sponsor my videos, sponsor my YouTube channel, sponsor my Twitch, which, by the way, starts back up in July. Be sure to look out for that. Link down in the description below. Diet Snaffle, man. I'll tell you what, man. Holy guacamole, bro. This stuff tastes amazing. My wife and I have been doing keto for months now. She doesn't know, but I've basically been, having a cheat meal every day this week. So I gotta get back on that wagon. But I lost well over 20 pounds this past month. Dude, check this out. I can't even lie about this. Look how ridiculous this is. I don't know if you guys can even see that. This bad boy has whole serving is one bottle. This whole bottle right here. 5 calories, bro. 5 calories. No fats, no carbs, no protein, just 15 milligrams of sodium. But you're like, oh, but Zera, it's totally full of, artificial flavoring, which is terrible for you. Diet Coke, man, that stuff's even worse than the regular stuff. I'm with you. I agree 100%. But this stuff is made strictly with natural flavors and natural black tea. And it's freaking delicious, dude. My best friend back home, he's a tea aficionado. I mean, this dude, like, grounds his own freaking leaves, man. This stuff is ridiculous. He had me try one of them things, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't wild about it, but you know what I'm saying? I've never been a coffee drinker either, but I've discovered that if I ground some, if I take two grounds that I actually think will taste well, like if one's like a kind of like a cocoa mix, get a cocoa flavor to it, like a really dark cocoa, and then another one's got like a Mediterranean or like a Colombian, tang to it. I'll mix those two slightly together, and then I'll put salt. I kid you not, I put salt in the grounds, and then as it's filtering, it makes the coffee way less bitter. It doesn't add any calories to it, which is great. And then I take stevia. I just take a little spoon of stevia, throw it in there, and then I'll take a spoonful of ghee per cup of coffee. If it's like 6 ounces of coffee, I'll put just 1 scoop of ghee, and if it's 12 ounces, I'll put 2 scoops of ghee. And ghee is an Indian fat from India. And man, I'm gonna tell you, man, it just curves my appetite, man. It takes care of me. Gives me my fat intake I need for keto, but doesn't give me any carbs. It is absolutely delicious. I love it to death. And ever since then, I've told him, I was like, man, when I come back, bro, I'm gonna try your tea. I'm gonna try some of your hot tea. I'm gonna put some ghee in it. I'm gonna put some stevia in it. You never know. Might be the most delicious thing in the world, and a really, 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 really good substitute for coffee. Because while I like coffee, it just makes me feel bloated, bro. I don't know. If I drank like a mug. No, not a mug. I drank a pot of coffee last week. Man, I felt bloated for days, man. Golly, it made me feel. I mean, I was losing weight like a mofo, man, because like I drink coffee throughout the day, keep me awake, keep my metabolism would just be firing off. But then all of a sudden, man, I step on the scale, and I'm like, damn, bro, lost like 15 pounds because I'm not eating anything but like once a day. I'm eating like freaking 18-ounce ribeye with like 50 grams of fat and 100-something grams of protein, and I haven't had any carbs at all day, so I'm able to get me like one small side of mashed potatoes with tons of cheese in it and mix it in with some green beans. Man, it still keeps me in ketosis because I eat like maybe, I think I measured what I have to be in order to, because when you're on keto and you're taking it seriously, you have to actually like measure your ketone levels, and it gives you a better idea of how many carbs you can actually eat without taking you out of ketosis. And I've discovered that on average, I can have about 40 to 45 grams of carbs and still stay in ketosis. I still don't want to do it every day, but occasionally, 3 or 4 days into the week, I still haven't had, absolutely zero carbs. I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go and have one. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. That happens, when you just kind of mulling things over, bro, out loud to yourself. This is why smoking a cigar to me is incredible. Oh man. But all right, so let's get to the channel, bro. Let's get back to the content. Yes, I was in the Navy. Yes, I'm a cigar smoker. Yes, I'm a black tea drinker. Yes, I'm a coffee drinker. Yes to all that. You're getting a little taste of what the real Zera is like now. But let's talk about something really important. Let's talk about the channel for a minute. So, I don't know if anybody noticed. Probably not. Benefit of being a small channel, when you're up and coming like this. I had another content creator who's really hit it big in the last year. He made a comment in one of my videos calling me out because my thumbnails were similar to his in a lot of ways. And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't really meant as a show of disrespect to him. I actually adore his content. I think he's a great content creator. But it made me really kind of self-reflect, and I'll admit it was a mistake, and I've corrected it since then. But it made me think. It made me really wonder, like, am I even really passionate about the content that I was talking about? And the answer to that question is yes, absolutely. I am 100% committed to Final Fantasy VII and its remake. But if I was going to be completely honest with you, if there was one thing that I wanted more than anything in the world right now, classic WoW, man. I mean, without a doubt, bro. I mean, that was the one thing. My brother and I always told each other, if classic ever, well, it wasn't classic back then, it was vanilla. If vanilla ever came back in any capacity whatsoever, dude, that'd be it. It'd be over. It'd be a cinch. Sold, bro. I am gone. I will play vanilla till I am dead and buried. Like, I'm in my casket, or I'm in the furnace if they cremate me, whatever. I'm still playing WoW with my dead cold fingers. I guarantee you don't play WoW with a console. I don't know what I was doing. WoW, man, I could sit here all day talking about World of Warcraft, man. Zera, what class did you play? Zera, what professions did you have? Zera, did you really play vanilla, or are you just saying that you played vanilla? All good questions. I played a hunter. In vanilla, I was a leatherworker and a skinner. I was a dragon scale. I can't really remember. I guess it was the male. There was elemental. No, was it elemental? There was two types of leatherworking. I think it was elemental, which was like the Devil Star leggings, the Devil Star gloves, and all the nature resist gear. And then there was the other one, which was basically just, it was kind of worthless after the first couple of raids with fire resist gear from Black Dragon Scales. Oh, it was tribal. It was tribal leatherworking was the first one, and I don't remember what the second one was. But anyway. I was in a raiding guild back then, Goat Clan I think it was, on Thunderlord, which was a PvP server. Had a lot of memories with that group. I mean, a lot of memories. This cigar needs to get relit, bro. Hold on just a second. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Gotta puff it and puff it, man. You know what I'm saying? You get to a certain point, we gotta huff this thing pretty good. But I remember a lot of nights in Molten Core, Oni, Blackwing Lair. I still remember the first time we got the Blackwing Lair. We got all the way to Vale on the first night. First attempt, everything. First attempt on Vale, we got him down to 1% health. 1% health, bro. Golly. Oh, what was that? What was that debuff you got, or buff? It was like a combo debuff. Like, it basically gave you endless resources, but it allowed you to spam your abilities nonstop. But like, you were gonna die like a horrible death within a number of seconds, and it like spread like wildfire throughout the raid. I'm trying to remember what that was called. Adrenaline? Was it burning adrenaline? Something like that. I got burning adrenaline. I was like the last person to laugh besides the tank, and my brother was screaming at me, "Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!" I was trying so hard. Oh, it was so hard. So many great memories, man. So many great memories. And I will be playing Classic. I made a decision last week. I talked to whoa. Big ass bee or a wasp or something. Boy, you get your own cigar now. Come on now. I find you, I'm gonna burn your ass. Anyway. Nah, man, it is what it is. But if I go back to, well, not if, when I get a beta invite, when I do all this, and Blizzard's probably thinking, man, Zera's done giving up on us. I did. I was getting alpha invites from WAD, through Legion, and even BFA. I got every alpha and beta invite because I was a content creator. Granted, a low level one, but They notice their content creators and people that give them a good light. And I've always trusted Blizzard. I've always had faith in them. Until BFA. BFA is where they lost me, bro. I can remember being on the alpha. And this is I'm going to make this real short and sweet. I remember being on the beta. No, the alpha. And beta. Hell, both. And I kept just spamming Blizzard repeatedly. With feedback and issues and glitches and whatnot. I was like, this game is not ready to launch. This game is not ready to launch. Y'all are not fixing this problem. It was always the same thing. It was always the same issue. And I even posted on the forums at one point. If you go back and dig through them, I'm sure you could find it. Unless they've deleted all those forum posts. I don't know. All I know is that at one point, I basically told Blizzard, I was like, look, if you're not going to listen to your player feedback, I'm not going to play this content anymore. Forget it. I'm done. And when BFA launched, within the first week, I waited to hear about the feedback after the first week, and there were still problems with a ton of stuff, especially on the PvE side of things. I heard that the scaling was not working at all, which is exactly what I was saying, and they just completely ignored my feedback. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not coming back. I'm done with it. Of course, with Classic on the rise, I didn't know when that was going to come out, and if they were going to change their mind about it. You never know at this point with Blizzard. But when we got the update at BlizzCon and that it was officially happening, I was like, damn, here we go. Summer 2019. How long am I going to have to wait? And wait. And wait. And wait we did. We had a lot of weeks and months of waiting, and we got no information at all. I think we eventually, once we finally started getting info about 3.5 months ago, stuff just started rolling in. Just rolling in. It seemed like every week or every other week we were getting news updates about Classic. And I'm excited. I was really excited when I saw the release schedule and the release plan. It is what it is, but I've got hope. I've got faith that Blizzard is going to do this right. And you know what? I know a lot of people are thinking that, yeah, they're just going to turn BFA or whatever the hell replaces it with a mobile version, a bunch of other nonsense. It's just going to get dulled down. I still like to think that Blizzard's going to take a real hard look at their product, and they're going to see how much love Classic is getting, and they're going to realize, hey, there's a market for this. There's a market for this, not only for legacy servers, but for how the game played back then. And they may very well take a good hard look at the difficulty of the servers, the difficulty of the content and the gameplay, and say, you know what? Let's have a very, very, very RPG-esque server. You know how we have RPG servers and stuff? I know they've kind of gotten rid of that. But you know what? Let's have a dedicated server with an increased difficulty. I mean, seriously, how amazing would that be? It would just add such a layer of difficulty to the game, and literally you'd only have your people and players that really wanted to dedicate themselves to being the best version of themselves possible. I think it's a good idea, but Blizzard would have to figure out a way to implement that. I don't know, guys. I've already made a roadmap. I know exactly what I need to do in Classic. I know exactly where my best in slot pieces are pre-raid. I know exactly what professions I'm running. I'm going to be running dual boxing, 2 hunters, obviously. I'm going to be on a PvE server, so forget that world PvP crap. If I want to play PvP, I'll go into the BGs. Or better yet, and this is something a lot of people aren't thinking about, do you realize how easy it was in vanilla to get some numbskull on a PvE server to flag himself for PvP? It was the easiest thing in the world to do. So easy. All you had to do was go somewhere in a contested territory that had a horde NPC and just attack him. Didn't have to kill him. Don't get that dishonorable kill. Just flag him. Your PvP flag will be active, and just wait for some horde moron to come along and attack you, or alliance moron. Let's not be too, too obvious about which faction is better than the other. But you get my point, though. You don't have to play on a PvP server to get world PvP. It's not necessary. And actually, in all in all seriousness, it's probably better. Because at that point, you choose at what point you get into the world PvP scene. If you want to focus on farming mats and stuff and you don't want to worry about getting ganked, by all means, do it on a PvE server. Now, if you're one of those people that is not too interested in gathering a lot of professions, you just want to have, you know, a couple of crafting professions or maybe even enchanting and just level it as you go on your own, that's perfectly understandable. But trust me, on a world PvP server, gathering professions are going to be a pain in the butt to do. Because some of the best ore is always in the same zones. If you want thorium, you're probably going to go to Winter Spring, the Burning Steeps. Ungoro Crater is another great spot. Silitus, of course, wasn't around at the start of Vanilla. I don't know. I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to do, not do, choose to do, and you can format and lay out anything and everything however you want it. But that's the great thing about this being vanilla and being old content. All the information you need is out there. You just got to know where to look. So, the only other thing that I want to talk about, guys, honestly, let's take a step back from the gaming scene, let's just talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've stuck around this long, and you're sharing a cigar with me, or you're sharing a beer with me, and whatever you want to do, let's just talk for a minute. Do you ever wonder, like, how great it is to be alive right now? Especially for people our age, people in their mid-late 20s or early 30s like myself. Like, how great is it to be alive right now? We are literally living in the most advanced age of all history. We have so much at our fingertips, it's incredible. And just looking at it from a content point of view, my God, the four most greatest pillars of my childhood, young adult life, teenage life, whatever you want to call it, are being put on full display. Godzilla is coming out in full swing this weekend. I'm going to see it Saturday in IMAX. Then you've got freaking Dragon Ball Super. Seriously? Are you kidding me? That's coming back in July, I think. I'm pretty sure. Then you've got WoW Classic coming back. Oh my God, that's so awesome. The MCU is in full, complete freaking swing with Marvel Universe. Like, that's out of this world insane, dude. Like, they're closing the third phase, the initial Infinity chapter. Dude. And there was another thing that I thought about last night. What the devil was it? There was a fifth thing I just thought about last night. I'm trying to remember what it was. Godzilla, MCU, WoW Classic. Oh yeah, it was Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's what it was. Man, there's so much to look forward to, man. Basically, everything that I enjoyed on some level or fashion, sense or another, from the time that I was 4, 5, 6 years old with Godzilla, 7, 8, 9 years old with Final Fantasy VII, you know, World of Warcraft when I was like, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. I mean, there's so much to look forward to, man. So much to look forward to. And it's just incredible. I wake up some days and I'm like, is this my life? Do I get to live in this world? This is incredible. Of course, that, adds to the fact that I'm married to a beautiful woman and loves me very much, and I love her very much. She was having a bad day today. She came home from work. I'm not going to disclose what she does. But, she came home from work and she was pretty upset. And I comforted her, kind of just, hugged her and kept whispering in her ear, everything's going to be okay, man. Everything's going to be okay. Reminder that there's greater forces at work here than just you and me. And what's important is to remember that everything's going to work out. You know, we happen to be Christians, and we believe in the Almighty, and that He's got a plan for us, and we live every day, and we live every day with the eternal hope that everything's going to work out for the better. But that doesn't take away the fact that there's pain in the moment. There's pain in the right now. And even if you don't, even if you and I don't agree on that subject, I'm sure you can understand what I'm talking about. Regardless of how happy or excited or great life is, there's always going to be that one day where you're just going to get punched right between the eyes, and you got to adjust, man. You got to find your balance. You got to find your key. Whatever, you got to find your center. You got to find your zen. You got to find your inner peace. You know what I'm saying? Whatever does that for you. Whatever does it for you. Whether it's faith, friends, family, occupation, games, relationships, career, school, military life, whatever it is that you do, you got to find it, man. You got to find it and you got to run to it. You got to run after it. Kind of reminds me of something I was thinking about the other day. With this channel, right? I'm not doing this channel with the goal of being huge. It's not. That would be great. That would be awesome. But I want to be real, man. I don't necessarily need to have super incredible creative juices flowing with every video. I don't. It doesn't need to happen. Doesn't have to happen. I just need to be real, I feel like. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are looking for in this life. And if you can relate with me on some level, subscribe to the channel, man. Like the video, but that's what I'm really going for. I want to be able to relate with people. I want people to be able to connect with me, and I want to be able to connect with other people. I want to build a society and a culture and a community of people that can come together and feel confident that they can just be themselves. They don't have to be afraid of conforming to society's laws or society's rules or society's, I don't know, call it whatever the hell you want. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. Whatever it is in life that you want the most, take it from somebody who's been there, take it from somebody who's done it. Whatever your goal is in life, you can achieve it. It can happen. And as long as you take the appropriate steps, as long as you actually take a minute, step away from whatever it is you're doing, obviously if you're able to, and just jot down a couple ideas. What is it you want to do in life? Where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be in 3 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years? And then ask yourself, is where you want to be in 5 years correlate or coincide with where you want to be in 1 year? Is that a stepping stone? 9 times out of 10, you'll realize, you know what? These don't really mesh. They don't really go together. So you got to compromise, right? But then there are people who say, don't ever compromise your dreams. I'm not saying compromise your dreams. I'm saying compromise the position where you want to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Nobody said that you can't achieve your goal, your ultimate dream. Just sometimes you got to taper off a couple of things at a time. That way you make it realistic. Don't think, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, I'm going to have 100,000 subscribers in a year. I mean, there are people who have done that, and that's incredible. But they're the exception, not the rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a lot of us, this is a grind, man. This is a hard thing to do. Like, for example, the reason I'm doing this right now is I don't have any creative juices. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had nothing left. I was like, man, I have no idea what I want to make a video about. And then I was like, you know what? I want to smoke a cigar. And then it dawned on me, you know what? I'm going to smoke a cigar with my viewers. I don't give a damn who watches this video, because you know what? I'm just going to smoke a cigar, and I'm going to have a Diet Snapple. I'm going to sit on my chair, on my balcony, outside my apartment, in a beautiful, beautiful, cloudless day. Birds singing, squirrels running around. I just want to have a good, wholesome time at home with you guys. I don't care if you're a subscriber. I don't care if you're a first-time viewer. I don't even care if this is your first time on YouTube. welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the video. Welcome to the party, man. We're gonna keep doing this. I actually like this. I really do. In the future, when we get a house, my wife and I have talked about it. I'm gonna build in a balcony, ventilated, whatnot, external. I'm gonna be able to set up a nice tripod, and I'm actually be able to set up a nice shotgun mic. I'll be able to do this, you know, more professionally with you guys. But I just like this format. This is real. This is legit. It's good stuff. So, with that, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Classic WoW's a thing. It's coming back, and I'll still talk about Final Fantasy VII. I'll still talk about the remake. I'll still cover some of the stuff that comes out, but I'm not gonna go over news as it comes out. You know, we had a couple of leaks and rumors and stuff come out, supposed leaks and rumors, but I think since then they've been proven to be completely crock. I don't know. I haven't seen any sources on that. I just heard that was a thing. But I'm looking forward to it. But I'm looking more forward to getting on Classic WoW. Blizzard, if you're watching, I swear by the Almighty, Zera is coming back, and he's coming back with a vengeance. And I'm telling you right now, you ain't ready, Blizz. You ain't ready. You got a 15-year-old veteran hunter who's ready, primed and ready to come back to the hunt. God, I'm so ready. I'm ready to go into Stormwind and salute Boulevard Four Dragon. I'm ready to walk into the burning steps from Red Ridge, over the fiery bridges with the imps. Stumble over to the elite dragonkin, probably believe they were level 53 to 55 or 56. Farm them for gold and farm them for leather with my brother. I can't wait to get on the boat at Menethil, on my way to Alberdine, and then I'm going to take the flight path. I'm going to make the venture to Felwood, and from Felwood I'm going to make the venture into Winterspring. I'm going to set my Hearthstone to Everlook, and I'm going to spend a great deal of my time gathering thorium, gathering herbs, mountain silver sage, and whatever the hell else grows out there, for mats, for flasks and potions and elixirs. I'm going to spend a great deal of my time in Felwood in southern Winterspring, farming those demons for demonic runes, Fellcloth, and the Eye of Shadow. I'm going to sell the Eye of Shadow in the auction house for thousands of gold. I'm going to turn around and make 18 slot bags with the Fellcloth. I'm also going to make 26 slot bags for Warlock's Soul Shards. Specific to only Warlocks, by the way, for those of you that were thinking, oh my god, there's 26 slot bags. I'm looking forward to rolling up to Silithus and the Cenarian Hold and watching hunters snipe from that arch in the center of Cenarian Hold, killing unlikely Alliance or Horde members. I can't wait to be standing outside the gates of Encourage when someone rings that gong. Hell, I'm going to be the one ringing that gong. What the hell am I talking about? I'm going to be that mofo that's going to ring that gong. I'm going to ring it first. Yeah, I'm dead lucky, let me tell you. I'd have to be the luckiest guy in the world to be able to do that. I can only hope that I'm Scarab Lord. It's one thing I didn't get in vanilla. I was got to kick myself for that. I didn't get Scarab Lord. I didn't get the Swift Zulian Tiger. Man, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't get in vanilla that I want to get this time around. I can't wait to get the Ancient Leaf and the Sinew. Park my ass in front of all those demons. hunt them down one by one. There's so many things about Vanilla WoW that I'm ready for, but probably the one thing I'm most excited about is the community. I put my glasses back on. Terry G, I'm starting to act up. Community, I know a lot of people have talked about this. I haven't really weighed in on it. There was a guy. He was actually one of the officers in Goat Clan back in the day. He built PCs for a living. Matter of fact, he built my brother's first custom PC. And it was because of him that my whole life changed forever. Through talking with him in Ventrilo back in the day. Press the like button on the video if you remember Ventrilo. Man, get off my phone. Big old fly sitting on my phone. I remember talking to him one night, and we were talking about school and whatnot, what my plans were. Of course, by the time Vanilla came out, I was a sophomore in high school, so I was 16 years old. I hadn't really thought about where I was going to go, what I was going to do. I was like 90% sure I was going to serve the military somewhere because of 9/11. I remember being 11 years old when 9/11 happened, and I lost it, man. I lost my cool. I wanted to serve in the military so bad, man. I did. I really did. Give me just a second. Cigar went back out. I had goals, man. At least I thought I did. After talking to him about it for several days and weeks and months while playing side by side with him, he asked me one day, he said, "What do you think about technology?" I said, "Technology? I think it's cool. I really want to know how you built that PC for my brother. I think it's pretty badass." He said, "You know what? I'll teach you." I said, "You do that for me?" He said, "Yeah. Well, let your brother come over. Have your brother bring you over and hang out. We'll talk about it." Well, unfortunately, that trip never happened, but my brother didn't want me hanging around these guys in real life. Apparently, they were shady characters, but he was also trying to protect his little brother. I think there was a lot of underage drinking going on and stuff. He wanted to protect me, so I appreciate that. My brother was amazing. He's the best big brother I've ever had. But over the years, I've talked with this guy. And even today, we're still good friends. I've gone over and hung out with him several times since I've been an adult. And Farlow, if you're watching this, bro, it was because of you that I went in the IT field. I went in the Navy as a Tomahawk tech. It was a weapons system, but I dealt mostly with computers. I worked a lot with electronics, PCs, did all kinds of maintenance on weapons cabinets, lots of old school technology, man. And it really made me hunger for more. I got home and I built my very first PC on my own, bought my own parts and everything. Since then, I think I've built a dozen different computers, either for myself or for others in the Navy, and my father, and hell, I've even broke my brother's computer out and bought him brand new parts to replace his old ones. And with Ryzen 3000 due to release on the 7th of July, I'm hot and heavy, ready to get some more parts. I'm looking forward to it. It's only going to help the stream. It's only going to help the content grow. But my point is that if it weren't for WoW, I don't know what my life would be. I don't know where I would be right now. I know I wouldn't be sitting here. I know I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't be smoking this cigar. I wouldn't be married to this beautiful woman that I have. And I know she would disagree with that. She's not a gamer at all. She doesn't understand Twitch. She doesn't understand gaming. She doesn't understand any of that. But she loves me. She loves me for me. So she understands that this is something I'm passionate about. And she said, babe, if you're passionate about it, go for it. I'll support you in everything you do. But she doesn't understand it. And I know she would disagree with this statement. A lot of people would probably disagree with this statement, but if it wasn't for vanilla World of Warcraft, my life would be completely different. And Blizzard, if you're listening, thank you. There's a lot of creative decisions you've made in recent years that I don't agree with. But I have to thank you for vanilla. I mean, it left a mark on my life, and it's left a lasting impact. There's only probably, aside from my flesh and blood parents and my best friend, who's also my brother, and the relationships that I've forged in the Navy, and then of course my wife. Aside from those 4 things, and obviously my faith is on that list too. But I kind of think of my faith being part of my core family, my flesh and blood family, because it's because of them that I have my faith. But if you factor in all 5 of those things, nothing else, the very next thing after that, and that's really what's the core of my being. It's like at the core of my, it's what makes my, it's like, that's what makes up my soul. You know what I'm saying? You get past that, and I mean, you get just past those 5 initial things, and vanilla World of Warcraft is right there. Man, it was something. I don't have any words. Look, if you guys like these kind of videos, it's been going on 50 minutes, man. We may even make an even hour. I'm not going to split this up. This is going to be complete, raw, uncut footage. Sounds probably terrible. For all I know, the damn video is not even going to record very well. But this is the real me, guys. And I wanted to give you guys the real me. And we're going to do these regularly. Probably once a month, maybe. I don't know. It depends on how many views it gets, you know. But from the bottom of my heart, guys, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love all of my friends that are streamers. I love the relationships I've made there, and I'm looking forward to coming back on Twitch. You know, Galadin, I love you, bro. Steel, bro, buddy, I love you. There's so many people in my life. Tykar, Bubbles. So many people that have been here since the first day I started streaming. And I don't even know if they're even going to see this video. But for what it is, thank you guys. And I hope that you, the individual watching this video, and others like you will find this channel, find this content, and appreciate this content. And I really just want to hang out. I just want to smoke cigars and drink snaffle and hang out with you guys. Play some games, man, have some fun, get in the Discord, have some conversations about what we're excited about in the future. This is a great time to be alive, fellas. Great time to be alive. Guys, with that, I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. I'm on my last probably few dozen puffs here. So, with that, I'm going to say goodnight. Or I say goodnight because I'm fixing to go crawl in bed after I shower. I've been up for freaking dang near 24 hours. So, as always, love you guys. Continue to stay kind another winter. Stay salty. And for those of you that are catching on, salty is because I was a sailor. I was a salty sailor, man. A salty, salty sailor. And I still am. I always will be. Who y'all Navy, who y'all Sea Devils, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Zera out.